Hi friends, I just did my first grocery haul in quite some time. I think it's been 3 months. I got my last grocery haul in January, beginning of January, and that was basically cat food. And I needed all new vinegars, all the vinegars: red wine, apple cider, white wine, and white distilled. So that was basically my grocery order in January, and I don't actually remember my last grocery pickup before then. But I was just watching Becky at April Homestead, and she just did a grocery pickup, and she went to a couple different places, and her total was $500. And I'm looking at her island because she has it all laid out on her island. I'm looking at her island. I'm like, how on earth was that $500, friends? I just spent $350. I didn't get any meats. I'm not even sure what I got. So we're gonna go over it together. And the main point of this video is to talk about something that I'm changing. That I made the change in my whole life, and now I'm kind of changing it back, and I want to discuss why. But before I get into that, we're going to go over the grocery haul and everything I got. So, some of my pickup was, I got a big old bag of dog food there for the pupper. She needs to eat, apparently. I know, that was expensive. And then I got 2 tubs of cat litter. So, the nice thing, I guess, about my grocery pickup is I got so much stuff that while it was about $350, I won't need to go for a very long time. That dog food will last for well into summer, and then the cat food or the cat litter will last for like a month and a half, so that won't last as long. But the rest of this stuff will. Let me spin you around and show you everything I got, and I'm going to talk about why I bought everything and the quantities that I bought it. So it's not just let me show you everything I bought. There is some thought behind this, and that might help you in your life. So you see a couple of big stacks of a lot of things. So first, right off the bat, is my butter. I buy this Irish butter, and actually up until right now, I thought it was organic, and I realized it doesn't actually say organic anywhere on that, which is unfortunate. But it is a grass-fed butter, and it is so, it's delicious. It melts pure yellow. It's gold. I really, really like this butter. So I bought quite a lot of them, as we'll see. What I like to do with this is I actually freeze this, so this will all go in the freezer as soon as I'm done this video, and then when I need some, I just pull it out. I put one in the outside fridge, and then the one that's in the outside fridge I bring in. So, and I'm completely out of butter, so I definitely wanted to stock up on that. And that'll honestly last me probably to midsummer, depending on how much I'm cooking, but we'll be good on that for a little bit. I also got a lot of cream cheese back here. We're not in bacon season, so I only got, I believe, 7 cream cheeses. And cream cheese lasts for a long time too. This will just go in my inside fridge here. And whenever I want to bake or cook, I like having this on hand. We're going to come back to that in a second. I got a lot of my organic olive oil and organic avocado oil. I cook mainly with my olive oil. That's why I got 5 of them. I got more. But avocado oil, when I'm making my mayonnaise, I don't like the taste of olive oil mayonnaise. I prefer avocado. And I actually was using vegetable oil, but that's so bad for you. All seed oils, vegetable oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower seed oil, they're all bad for you. And avocado, I believe, from the research that I've done, is one of the best oils on the market. It's not as bad as some of the other oils. So I buy my avocado oil strictly for when I make mayonnaise. So I only got 3 of those because these are expensive. These bottles were about just shy of $8, I believe. But, so some things I'd like to look for. I obviously like that these things are organic. But I also like that they're glass. Glass is able to, plastic doesn't decompose, as we all know. So glass is, I prefer when things are made in glass because it just makes it better for the environment. I bought these nuts. They're sweet and spicy Cajun nuts, and these were a new thing that they had. I went to Aldi's, and they're new. And I like sweet and spicy nuts, and I actually make my own. But these were $5.98, and I can't make, I think, the same amount. I can't make the same amount for $6, so I decided to buy one. So I bought one for me and my mom. So that was kind of like, I didn't intend to get that, but I'm glad I did. And then I also got, I needed walnuts. So I got shelled walnuts. I would have preferred glazed walnuts, but they didn't have them. And this is actually probably healthier than glazed walnuts. I got 2 things of organic blueberries. These are actually for the bunny, as well as these 2 heads of iceberg lettuce. These are for the bunny. This pack of romaine hearts is actually for me. It's for my dinner for tomorrow. I have friends come over tomorrow. I'm going to pull out one of our chickens. I'm going to pull out that lemon chicken marinade freezer meal that we made. I'm going to pull that out tonight. I'm going to put that on the grill tomorrow with some salad. And we're going to make just a quick and easy lemon chicken Caesar salad. And it's going to be gorgeous out here. We're going to kind of do walk on the garden, and they want to see what I'm doing with my garden. So I thought that'd be the perfect meal. Throw it on the grill, and it'll be super easy to put together. Next, the next big stack is I have a ton of cheese. So let's talk about cheese for a second. So cheese in this packaging actually lasts for a very long time. It's when you open it that it starts to mold. However, cheese freezes really well too. So what I'm going to do, not today because I don't feel like it. It's already 6 o'clock and I just bought all of these things and I'm ready to sit down and have dinner. But you can shred this. So what I like to do is this is an 8-ounce block. I buy this whole block and I will put it through the shredder. I'll use the food processor and I'll shred the whole block and I will freeze it in individual 8-ounce portions. So I'll just get my Ziploc bags. Each block will go in as a shredded mixture and it'll go in the freezer. And it does defrost really well. If you get it out of the freezer and let it defrost completely, it defrosts really well. So this is a great way of buying when it's on sale, or if you think the price is going to go up, anything like that, buying it and storing it in the freezer and it lasts for a very long time. So I'm going to do that with the majority of this cheddar here. I'll probably leave like 1 or 2 out, but then the rest of these I will shred and freeze. And it just makes like meals so convenient because you don't have to shred cheese. And a lot of people talk about, well, why not just buy shredded cheese? There is a preservative that's actually a derivative of wood pulp that is put on the shredded cheese that you buy at the store to make it so it doesn't clump. Shredded cheese will clump, so they put this preservative on it, this spray on it, so that it doesn't clump. And honestly, I'd rather shred it myself and that's one simple chemical I can take out of my body from not buying that shredded cheese. So it's a super easy way to cut down on one preservative. So typically I only get cheddar cheese and pepper jack. I love pepper jack cheese. It is one of my favorite cheeses for cooking. But I also decided to get some white sharp cheddar cheese. So this and the pepper jack are actually going to stay in the fridge whole. This I like to cook with peppers. I like to slice this down and put this inside different types of peppers, and it's a delicious snack. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the white cheddar cheese, but I figured we needed it. So other purchases were just 2 bags of tortilla chips. I don't plan on going back to Aldi's for probably 5 to 6 months, so I don't know if these will last that whole time, but they'll get me close at least. And I got a bag of onions because I needed onions. Don't mind my dirty sink. I got a bag of carrots. This is mainly for the bunny, but this is mainly for the bunny, but I can obviously eat out of these if I want to. I got some Dijon mustard. I got 3, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have got more. This is something I do want to try to make one day. I just haven't gotten there yet. But this I use when I make mayonnaise, so I definitely want to have a lot of this on hand. So I'll put 1 in my fridge up here because I'm completely out, and the other 2 will go down on the pantry. I got some dried cranberries because I think they're a great snack. I love putting them in salads and my trail mix. I'll add them to my trail mix, and they're one of my favorite snacks. And then this is a pantry ingredient that I got. It's a balsamic glaze. I don't actually need balsamic glaze because I was going to the grocery store. I was like, I want to buy everything I can so that I can kind of get as long as I can without having to go back to the grocery store. And in the summertime, I love tomato caprese salads, tomato caprese sandwiches, the whole 9 yards. And you can't have that, in my opinion, without balsamic glaze. So I just wanted to make sure I had an extra one on hand just so I don't run out. Because if I run out, that would be bad. Here is what I've changed my mind on. So let's talk about these items. Okay, let's talk. So one of the things for me as a homesteader that I want to do is I want to go as far as I can with things that I can make on my own homestead. And I want to cut down what I need to buy at the store. And I did a pantry walkthrough when I did when I talked about the pantry challenge back in January. I can try to remember to link that below. And I showed my whole pantry, and my store-bought pantry is immensely small. It is not near the size it used to be, because most of the stuff I make on my own. And so one of the things that I cut out from buying was all dressings, sauces, mayo-based products, everything. So things like tartar sauce, didn't buy it, and I didn't buy any dressings. Barbecue sauce, I just used the last one, and my plan was to not buy another barbecue sauce because I did make my own. I have two barbecue sauces. I have a chipotle peach, and I have Ina Garten's just generic barbecue sauce, which is delicious, on my pantry shelf. I'm like, I don't need to buy a barbecue sauce. Technically, I didn't. But I also bought honey mustard, 2 Caesar salad dressings, a French dressing, Olive Garden dressing, and a ranch dressing. So did I go overboard? Possibly. But I learned something about myself. So I want to cut down on preservatives as much as possible, and I want the, I don't know, like the thrill that I can make something myself. In some cases I've been successful, some cases I've not been, and in some cases I've just been flat out lazy. So let's talk about ranch for a second. I make my own dried ranch powder, and from this you can make ranch dressing. This ranch powder I think is delicious. I've used it as ranch powder. I like to put ranch powder on popcorn. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I do that sometimes. But I also make, especially in the summertime when vegetables are coming in, I make Pampered Chef, I think back in the 90s, did this delicious veggie pizza, and it's crescent rolls and cream cheese sauce on it. Anywho, and it has dried ranch powder, and I think my dried ranch powder is delicious. However, I have not successfully transferred that over to ranch dressing. I've made ranch dressing from this powder numerous times. I followed the recipe, and I hate it. It's been okay. It's been edible, and then this last time I made it, I actually hated it. And I have things in my freezer such as jalapeno poppers, which I dip in ranch. I like to make onion rings. I like to dip them in ranch. I don't actually eat a lot of ranch. I'm not one of those people that is obsessed with ranch. I don't put it on salads. I just like to dip things in ranch. And I was fine, like I found my jalapeno poppers I'm not eating as much of because I don't have the ranch. Like I go to the freezer, I want a snack, I see them, and I think about it, I'm like, then I have to make the mayonnaise, and then I have to make the ranch. I don't really like the ranch when I make it, so then I just don't eat the jalapeno poppers. So what has happened is I'm not eating something that I have, and I am kind of sometimes making like a poor decision. Instead of like eating the jalapeno poppers that I grew in my garden, that I made from scratch, I might go grab a bag of chips. Or when I'm at the grocery store, I might think, you're not eating the jalapeno poppers because it's on ranch, you don't feel like making ranch, so buy the bag of tater tots or something like that. So I'm not making better decisions. So the whole idea with the ranch powder was to make my own ranch, and I'm kind of like finding ways to skirt around it. And then that brings me to salad dressings. I really wanted to cut back on salad dressings. I want to make all of my own, and I know how to make all of my own, and I make good ones. But what I found is kind of the same thing with ranch, is when I want a salad, there are times I wasn't making the salad because I didn't feel like making the dressing. I either do, or I guess the second point is, if I felt like making the dressing, I made the exact same dressing every single time. Olive oil, balsamic vinegar, honey, sugar, a little salt and pepper, a little garlic powder. I think that was basically it. And that was the dressing I made every single time. So I wasn't not even experimenting. I just wasn't like branching out and having anything new. So I was getting tired of the same old salad because all I was making was essentially a balsamic vinaigrette. So when I go out to dinner sometimes, I would get a salad because they had honey mustard. And I'm like, oh, I really want a honey mustard chicken salad. I can make that at home. And I can make honey mustard. I've made it thousands of times. But there are times that like I just don't want to make mayonnaise, and some of these things I just need to make mayonnaise for, and I just don't want to. I don't eat sandwiches at all. So I don't normally have mayonnaise in my fridge, so if I want to use something for mayonnaise, I do make it. And I thought about, do I want to start buying mayonnaise again? And that's not something that I want to do. I use mayonnaise enough that I prefer making it myself. I don't use these salad dressings. It might be once every 2 to 3 months that I might go towards one of these salad dressings, which is this, I don't know, second or third point that I'm on. I didn't get organic, mainly because the grocery store that I was at, I was at Aldi's, and they didn't offer these options in organic. Um, Not ideal. I would prefer everything to be organic, but such is life. And like, I honestly don't know that I could afford everything to be organic. Everything at Aldi's was $200. I was not expecting that. I didn't get any meat. I don't really feel like I got a ton of stuff. My butter, which I thought would be the most expensive, was only $3 a block. I did get 12, so that does add up, I know. But I was still a little shocked when I got to $200. So in these salad dressings, which are I use so few and far between, I wanted to allow myself the flexibility of, in case I feel like it, I'm allowed to have a convenience item once in a while. I don't have many at all. This does not mean that I'm going to start like backpedaling. I'm going to start buying box cake mixes again and box cookie mixes and all that stuff. Like, that's not going to happen. But this, I'm allowing myself this convenience, especially so I can actually eat what I have here on hand. That brings me to, which is the same reasoning, is the tartar sauce. I eat fried fish often. Well, I guess not often. I eat fried fish. But what I'm doing the exact same thing. I decide if I want fried fish or not based on if I feel like making mayonnaise. So my fried fish is frozen in the freezer. We get it from a local butcher. And, well, yeah, we get it from a local butcher. I don't know where he gets it from, but it's good fish. Anywho, I decide if that's the meal that I want to have based on my desire to make mayonnaise. And then I made relish 2 years ago and actually was terrible. So I don't have any relish in the house. So basically, if I wanted tartar sauce, I needed to either buy tartar sauce or buy relish and then make mayonnaise and then combine it. So this was 99 cents. Is it the best thing out there? No. The few times I want to go for fried fish, this will kind of give me that freedom and that convenience to not have to also cook the fish, make the mayonnaise, make the tartar. These are convenience items that I'm allowing myself. I've proven to myself that I can make all of these items 10 times over. I've done it for 2 years. I've proven to myself that I can do it, which I think is part of what I wanted to do. But now I'm kind of ready to not, again, I'm not bringing all convenience foods back. I think this is basically all I've even thought about. I think because I use them so little that I'm okay with it. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about today. That I was 2 years ago, if you would have asked me when I gave up salad dressings, I gave up all of these things, I would have said I'm never going to bring it back. I'm going to make it from scratch forever. And I can still do that. I can 100% still do that. But in terms of like things like the ranch, I was sacrificing my quality. I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't eating certain things when I was feeling lazy. I didn't feel like doing it. I can still go and make all of these things from scratch if I feel like it, absolutely. But if I don't feel like it one day, I have that backup that I can still have the item that I want to have, and I don't have to worry about making it. So that's a convenience item that I'm just going to allow myself. But that is all I got. I don't think I got that much, and that was 3 total, including the dog food, the cat litter, and I did get a small bag for $10 of rabbit food. That's all I got, and that cost $350. So that stinks. Oh, and I did get a jug of milk. That's in the fridge, but that stinks. So this whole idea of inflation, I think, is stupid, and I wanted to stop. But that's also why I stocked up on things like butter and cheese and stuff, because that'll last me for a solid 4, 5, 6 months maybe. And I guarantee you at this point, I'm willing to bet solid money that the prices of all of these items will be more expensive than they were today. I know, like, for instance, my olive oil, last year I was buying the same exact thing of olive oil for $3.59, and today I believe it was $4.89, I believe I paid for it. So everything is going up ridiculous amounts. So if you have the capabilities of freezing things or putting things away, kind of stockpiling, it's not even a matter of prepping. and for whatever is potentially coming down the road, which everyone always tells me you're a prepper. I don't really feel like I'm a prepper, but I think I kind of am. But it's not even a matter of just like preparing for that. It's just a matter of like if you buy it now and you are able to store it, the prices are going to continue to go up. Like we haven't reached that pinnacle point where things start to drop. So you can save yourself money in the long run if you buy more now and put it back. This is my theory. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna get all this stuff put in the fridge and freezer. I'm hungry. My animals are hungry. And I would like to sit down because this was like a 2.5 hour grocery shopping trip and I am done. I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you guys on the next video.